Welcome to the OnlyFans Secrets Marketing Podcast. The goal of this podcast is to help both new and established OnlyFans creators learn the basics of online branding, marketing, and promotion to help you make more money with your content and maximize your time online. My name is Richard Lewis, and I have over 20 years of internet marketing experience. So let's get started with today's topic. And that topic is OnlyFans can do more to stop leaks and stolen leaked content. So this has been a topic I've been wanting to hit on for months. But now with the new weekly format, I can really delve into a topic like this, like OnlyFans leaks, and research it properly. So it's hard to talk about OnlyFans and OnlyFans creator content without discussing this subject. In this episode, I'm going to go over the problem of leaked content, the reaction from both OnlyFans and OnlyFans creators, and sometimes the overreaction, and the possible solutions. So let's jump right in. So what are OnlyFans leaks and stolen content? So, as you are all, familiar with, is basically OnlyFans creators create a lot of racy 18 plus content and, pictures and videos. And because of that, there's always going to be a subset of people who don't want to pay for this kind of content. And that ends up creating a market for leaks. So a leak basically just means that, the material that is supposed to be paid for has, been out in the marketplace or been put in the marketplace. And then stolen content is kind of the same concept in that someone was supposed to pay for this and now it's out there publicly for everyone. So everyone's pretty much familiar with the hack that everyone knows happened, but OnlyFans says didn't happen in February of 2020, where there was, terabytes of OnlyFans material leaked out. That still was never particularly solved. I mean, definitely that material went out, but OnlyFans said it didn't come from them, but it made headlines right when OnlyFans was just starting to emerge as a viable social media platform right at the beginning of the pandemic and where they were really taking off. So the timing there was pretty bad, but as mentioned to this day, OnlyFans says that hack did not happen. So as recently as last month, so April of 2021, a Google Drive folder was assembled according to The Independent of hundreds of users' images and videos. And for those not familiar with Google Drives, it's basically just an online cloud stored drive where files can be put in and then accessed by anyone anywhere in the world. So OnlyFans' response to that particular leak was that content protection is a top priority. They have a dedicated anti-piracy team. It is a violation of the terms and service to copy, duplicate, record, any content, and that DMCA laws protect creator content from being published without proper permission. So they also said that, takedown success rates have been around 75% across offending images or image hosting sites. Torrent providers, anyone's not familiar with torrent, it's an very old school term basically for, hacked content and cyber lockers, which is a little newer kind of term. Basically a company called Backchannel, which is a cybersecurity firm, reported out this leak. So it certainly didn't come from OnlyFans or them saying, oh, okay, we discovered this leak. Another company discovered that leak and then made it public that it had happened. And this is kind of where I'm, starting from here. The problem is bigger than OnlyFans is letting on. So as I discuss in this week's blog about this particular topic with generally the same title, and you can find that at seobounty.com/blog, OnlyFans is mainly reacting to the cows escaping after they have left the barn door open. And the reason that I say that is that they are not preventing the actual content from being taken from the site. Now they have the basic preventative measures, which is they block people from being able to download images or save the particular videos. And people are pretty darn savvy at this point. People can just simply download a particular app for screen recording and get that done. But the problem is that that it's pretty easy. But if you're taking something that you've already bought and maybe somebody is taking one file and saving that, it doesn't really pose a huge problem. But the bigger problem is that you can easily find scrapers online that will scrape an entire account. So say someone has subscribed to your OnlyFans page, or that you've given them a free trial. They can then run in with a scraper and take every single thing that you've ever posted, instantly, video, pictures, and within seconds, have all that into a folder and move on to the next particular page. And that's the bigger problem. Because if someone can't do that, then they can't create a Google Drive, or they can't create a folder or hack with all of this information easily in there. And what happened was that I simply did a Google search for OnlyFans and was reading articles, and I think I was on page 4 or 5 of a Google search and found a site called GitHub, which is pretty popular among developers, and most people have generally heard of GitHub. A lot of creators might not have. This is a site used by 65 million different people. And on this particular site, there was a data scraper, which is called OnlyFans Data Scraper. And the person who designed it was called a Digital Criminal. Now, there were several different people who contributed to it, but the actual account that was publishing it was called Digital Criminal. And as I mentioned, the site is used by 65 million mainly male developers. And on this particular page, they are openly bragging about how OnlyFans likely knows that the scraping is being done, but the models, which would be OnlyFans creators, won't know. Because people are asking, okay, will someone know if I'm actually, scraping this off? And they're basically saying, yeah, OnlyFans will know. Because again, it's putting a certain amount of pressure on that server from a particular IP address. So OnlyFans definitely is knowing that something's kind of going on if you have a whole bunch of files, a whole bunch of, bandwidth being used, but they're not doing anything about it. So basically, someone like this and all the people who are on GitHub and the thousands of people who have, taken this particular program and are likely using it to then create the Google Drive that I mentioned above. So you can see the obvious problem there. So OnlyFans is reacting again after the cow has left the barn. They're not being proactive. Okay, so there is also a Google Chrome plugin called Download for OnlyFans that has been downloaded 100,000 times, that lets users download files and videos directly from OnlyFans. Now, obviously, we all know that there's no apps for OnlyFans. So you have, the majority of people who are using OnlyFans are using, a browser. They're using something like Google Chrome to, watch the videos and watch and look at the pictures. And it's just sitting right there for them to just download this in 10 seconds, have that on there, and will create a download button, and they download it directly, onto their laptop or whatever they're using. Now, obviously, I didn't download it, so I don't know if this would work on a smartphone. I'm assuming so, because again, you can use browser functions on a smartphone. So both of these things are very easy for someone to just take all of the material. So someone says, okay, well, why are there so many leaks, or why is it so easy for someone, as I mentioned in a previous episode about Discord, why is it so easy for someone to instantly create a Discord and just start creating folders and files? Because they are going on to the most popular websites, some of them in the world, and easily finding OnlyFans downloadable software. So there's a little effort by OnlyFans to stop people stealing, but they will protect you after you've had something stolen, or at least they're saying that they will, because it's in that same article by The Independent, they said it was their highest priority. Again, their highest priority seems to be helping if something's going on. And let's just talk about 75%. So this is even bigger than just that, because what they're saying is that we're stopping 75% of the known hacks. And these are hacks by large sites or entities, not small hacks. These are the big things that are happening, that someone is pointing out. Let's say a cybersecurity firm is pointing out, so it's going to make the site look bad. It's not the small things that are going on. And that's not even the fact that the future of the internet is the deregulated web. For those not, into crypto or cryptocurrency or the blockchain, you might not know about basically deregulated web browsers. So we are moving into a highly encrypted future. And, that is a really big thing to point out. That means that people will be able to, take this material and put it behind so many walls that someone like OnlyFans or their efforts there to stop it will be at that point kind of moot, because it'll be behind so many different entrances that OnlyFans will not be able to get at. So what they have to do is they have to stop people from getting the material to begin with. As I point out in my blog, OnlyFans is setting itself up to have a few hundred users pull down all the files from their site and set up a site on the unregulated web, paid for by crypto, where users' files will be subscribed to and paid for forever. So, even worse. And that's their nightmare. That's their problem, because that could really affect their bottom line. But even worse for OnlyFans creators, let's say you create an OnlyFans account and then you delete it. And I definitely have had that question before brought up to me. What happens when I delete my account? Well, your material, your DMs, all that stuff stays around for a little while because it's on their server, and then it goes away because they delete it off of their server. But what about the people who are scraping the material off of OnlyFans? So that means that the potential is that you set up your OnlyFans account, you are working, hard on it. You make a certain amount of money. Maybe you're utilizing it for extra funds for college. You graduate and you delete the account. Well, the problem is that account, if someone is using this GitHub scraper, that account can exist now forever. Because